it's hard to look past the T21 for me. I think the design on that, the way that Dave and the guys at Beard have come up with that, it looks amazing in my opinion. Just looking forward to getting back into playing some games and playing at Worcester. The group's on a real good journey at the minute. You know, we're playing an exciting brand of cricket. But any time that you win a trophy, I think, you know, you really do have to cherish those moments.
Well, Dol, nice change of environment from Worcestershire, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, spend some time in Italy is always nice. So yeah, it's great to be here, and obviously to look at these shirts that have been on display the last few days is great.
Busy couple of days, trying on lots of photos, lots of videos, interviews, all the rest of it.
Yeah, obviously don't quite enjoy that stuff as much as you, Sam, but yeah, it's always good to get your hands on the new kit. So yeah, it's been nice.
Any standouts? Which one jumps out at you out of all the new ones?
Oh man, I think they're all great, aren't they? I think, but it's hard to look past the T21 for me. I think the design on that, the way that Dave and the guys at Beard have come up with that, it looks amazing in my opinion.
Going to look great at a pretty packed out Visit Worcestershire Road hopefully this summer.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. It'd be great to be rocking that on a Friday evening or Sunday in front of a big crowd, and hopefully we can get some wins.
So off season, before today, we've obviously been doing kit launches and stuff. You've had a bit of time off. You've been away and had a little moment as well while you were away.
I did, yeah. We got engaged. I think finally would be the word that my partner would use. But yeah, it was a great time. 3 weeks in Australia. Caught a bit of cricket out there. Caught up with some of the lads that are out there as well, in Henry and Gibbo. Yeah, so it was a great family holiday and great time away, mate. Yeah.
And ready and raring to get stuck into 2026?
Yeah, can't wait, mate. So obviously doing a bit of rehab with my ankle. That's coming on really well, so I'm excited about that. And then, yeah, just looking forward to getting back into playing some games and playing at Worcester.
And starting to get back in, integrating with the group a bit more now. Obviously, pre-Christmas was a bit of a sort of wind-down period for everyone. Then you start to pick things back up as we head into spring. Yeah,
so pre-Christmas is normally more fitness-based. There's some option, obviously, to do some cricket. And then after Christmas, it's more compulsory with the cricket. So, yeah, we started back a couple of weeks ago now. And, yeah, we're in 3 or 4 times a day having hits and having a bowl.
And we'll touch base on this, what's coming this summer with lots ahead. Let's talk about last year. A season of ups and downs to start with. Finished with a massive bang, obviously, like one of the most memorable days in the club's history with that one-day cup win. How do you assess 2025 as a whole when you look back? A success?
Good question. Obviously successful. Any time that you win a trophy, I think, you know, you really do have to cherish those moments, because people spend their careers, and thankfully I've been able to do so, but they'll spend their careers not winning a trophy, so you really have to celebrate those moments for sure. But when you strip that back and sit with a sort of leadership hat on, frustrating year, I think, is a word that I'd use, and I'm sure not just for me, but all the group and probably a lot of the fans as well. We could sense that. But yeah, we just didn't quite get it right in 4-day cricket for long enough periods. And I think the most frustrating thing, I think I mentioned it to you before, is that you get ahead in games and then you don't quite, hammer home those crucial moments, and then you end up falling behind the game and unfortunately losing them. But, we've got another chance to put that right this year, and hopefully we'll come back stronger and learn from it.
And the difference there, probably summarised, you just said, between the success in the 50-over cricket to the challenges sometimes in 4-day cricket, was those key moments where a session could run away from you and suddenly the game's gone, in comparison to the 50-over tournament where in the Metro Bank it seemed that every time there was a pivotal moment, the side seemed to come out on top of it. Was that kind of the main difference between the two competitions? Yeah,
I think that there's obviously more bits to that, but I think, as a general roundup, I'd say that's spot on really. I think in the 50-over comp, we got off to a tricky start with that draw at Nottingham, if you remember that.
Yeah,
I think that was almost a pivotal point really, and we needed that early on, whether we sort of kick on from there or we let that define the tournament, and thankfully we didn't. We kicked on, it sort of, we had to pull our socks up and go again really, so we did.
And T20 Blast, inconsistent start, win-loss, I think it was, and then there was a couple of losses in the middle, but the back end of the tournament, that second sort of spell of T20 games was a marked improvement and almost got enough to get you through to the knockout stages. How do you sort of assess the T20 comp last year?
Again, frustrating. I think, you look at the past, I think we got 7 wins off the top of my head, I might be wrong there, but in previous years that would have got you through and you're into sort of, knockout cricket then, and anybody can win that. So yeah, we played patchy, I'd say. We played well in some games and we got over the line in others, but we just need to be a little bit more consistent if we can. But I feel like the T20 game's moving forward at a rapid rate. It seems like every year everyone's hitting it a bit further, or everyone's bowling a bit quicker, so we need to keep evolving and keep learning.
And part of that evolution, kits is one thing. On the pitch, new recruits, new signings as well, some new faces. How much are you looking forward? How much have you seen of the new lads that have come in? Obviously, Bear Swanepoel coming in for red ball cricket, Usama coming back for white ball cricket. How much have you seen of them, if you have, and how much are you looking forward to getting stuck in it and getting to work with those lads?
Yeah, it'd be great. Any international experience, or any guys that have come over from a different country to play in England, we can always pull on their experiences, so that would be great. I think Osama is actually back back in training at Malvern, believe it or not.
Brilliant. Lucky him.
So he's been bowling the last few days at the boys. So great to have him around the group. He's a great man, and he's a very level-headed character. Sorry. So it's good to have him about. And then Bears, don't know him personally, but he's obviously a very skillful cricketer, so it'd be great to have him on board, and hopefully he can help us get over the line in a few games.
And add some strings to a bow that's already coming together quite nicely. The growth of the group, you've got some talented youngsters. We know all about Ethan Brooks, Isaac Mohammed, Dan Latigan, the likes of those guys. The way they came through last summer probably shows and epitomises what a fantastic environment you've created in that changing room, to be able to let lads like that flourish in an environment on a big stage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take all the credit for that, Sam, but thank you very much. No, I think the group that we've got, the sort of senior guys and the coaching staff as well, they're great at bringing new characters in and accepting them. But I think it's also important that you recruit the right people, and it definitely feels like we're doing that over the last few years. So yeah, that's really exciting. I think that young crop of players is coming through, isn't it? You had like the likes of Jack Home in there as well, the exciting talent. You got Fateh as well. So all these guys, that younger group coming through, that's really exciting. I think that you epitomise it when you talk about the club and what we're about, and that is certainly a big part of that.
And as a more experienced member of the group and a leadership role, how do you, when it comes to this time of year, do you still get the same excitement, the same spring in your step kicking into a new season, or do you look at things through a slightly different lens, given that this year is going to be another different set of challenges?
No, I definitely get that excitement. I think the day that stops is probably the time that you have a look in the mirror and you probably don't play anymore. I think don't get me wrong, I'm not buzzing to run around a freezing cold Astro field or anything like that, but that element of getting competitive again, when you start that cricket after Christmas and it's bat v ball, I love that aspect still, and I love, being able to try and help the team in any way that I can, so that, I still get a huge buzz out of that, for sure.
So that buzz starts at Derbyshire away, 4-day cricket. Red Bull back into Division 2 this year. Obviously there'll be a lot of focus on that. That first sort of month is a crucial block, and we know how important momentum is in all formats, but particularly in Red Bull cricket. That first month, Derbyshire away, trip to Lords, and then a week off and a home game against Kent. So how do you sort of look at April? What's the targets? Where do you set? Have you got sort of milestones earmarked? Have you got dates, diary, etc.? Yeah,
I think, look, we'll obviously take each day as it comes and each game as it comes, but I think the way that it's set up, and you've got those little blocks of games, those first block of Champos, so as you say, it's really important to get off to a good start. The target would be just to be as competitive as we can for as long as we can, and we know if we stick to our basics, we're a good enough team to beat anybody around us. So if we can stick to those guns and we do it really well for long periods, we'll be absolutely fine. But Lords is a really exciting fixture. I think, I've played Middlesex a lot, and I've only played at Lords maybe once in my whole time. So it's always exciting when you get that fixture list and you see Lords is on there. So that's going to be a great trip for everyone, hopefully the fans as well.
And in a wider sense of things in Red Bull cricket, what is the overriding ambitions this year? What is success, I guess? The obvious one will be to fight back into promotion into the Division 1. Is that something you've addressed as a group?
Yeah, of course. There won't be one person in that dressing room that won't want to go back up into Division 1, especially me. That's definitely one of our goals. But I think if we look too broadly at it, if we think, we just want to go back up, that's not how I want to look at it. It's focus on each game, and we'll worry about that later, because that will take care of itself, if that makes sense.
Of course, absolutely. And then I guess in talking about white ball cricket as well, last year's success speaks for itself in 50 over cricket. In the T20 comp as well, slightly change of format, a rejig in kind of how the group stages are going to look. How excited and how much you're looking forward to getting back into T20 cricket this year? Yeah,
it's going to be different because we haven't played some of those teams in T20 cricket for a long time. So, we're going to have to do some, analysing of those teams and what they look like and the opposition. So, it'd be nice to not travel as far maybe, but hopefully that travel comes later on in the tournament if we get through it.
And Friday night games, obviously there's 4 of those lined up, a couple of double headers to look forward to, so loads to get excited about for the playing group and also supporters. Yeah, the lads are already talking about it, how exciting that's going to be, hopefully in front of a packed New Road, so that'll be great. So really looking forward to those. And 50 over comp, defend the crown, something you'll be looking at to do again this year? Oh yeah, look, you go into every competition wanting to win it, and trying to win every trophy is really hard, so we're going to have to focus really hard on all 3 of those. So definitely be going into that 50 over competition and trying to keep the trophy, I suppose. And then I guess just to round off this year, what for you is the reasons why that you get excited about this particular group and where this club's at, but also supporters, why should they be excited about watching Worcester Rappers this year? Oh look, I think the group's on a real good journey at the minute. As we've just mentioned, we've got a young crop coming through, so that's really exciting. Something that Worcester's managed to do over a period of years, so that's something to look forward to. And then hopefully, we'll play an exciting brand of cricket. We always look to entertain if we can, but we've got to be smart in the ways that we do that, and hopefully we'll get some wins on the board. Brilliant. Well, I for one am very excited, though. Hope you do well. Thank you.